for the flicker here. Technically, I understand why you would go for that, but with 2 petrifies, I'd still think sprint is the best option, right? Just play in a position, just space yourself properly, and I think that's a Ruby last pick. Yeah, it is a Ruby last pick.
Rooms can just be popped backwards, moving on the back foot, so that is something that makes a lot of sense going up against a Kadita, going up against a Hilda and a Fredrin.
Uh-oh, you can see the XP lane here. Mira's going to be caught. That's a 3-man gank up in the XP lane. And this is the power that you have with the Lilia in the mid lane, that constant shove. And also, the positioning that they had, forcing Zero Esports Gaming, Hilda, to actually stay in the bottom side. P now, as the Retribution, will be able to secure it, I think, here, as Mirai is going to be able to push in some more pressure into the enemy jungle. Peen's looking for some more, but Keishi with a rotation basically stopping Peen's in her tracks. Rosemary, though, rotating again. Mirai going to be caught, has the Breath of the Ocean, knocks Rosemary back up here with a lot of damage placed on. That's the Tempest of Blades as well. Mira's caught low, has the stun to stop the momentum, but that's Amora dishing out the damage. Oh my goodness, Ayanami still able to escape for a bit with a Furious Dive, but will not be able to survive in the long run. It's Zero Esports equalizing.
Of how they were able to just lock down the first pick-off for so long. Afterwards, though, the longer the fight goes, you saw that Rosemary was able to tank so much damage, and this is why it's just so oppressive to deal with a Hilda in this early game. But look at that play!
Mirai with a 2-man Petrify in the Breath of the Ocean. It's going to be Zero Esports here who are on their backs. It's going to be Rosemary who falls down to the hands of Ayanami. And out of nowhere, it's a 3-for-0. Smart Omega Empress with the turtle take here, proper setup. And again,
because Zero Esports Gaming, you can take a look at their composition. They definitely want this Hilda to be a lot more of a nuisance in the early game. And if they don't really recover from that play, it's going to be very difficult for the Hilda to move that freely again.
Man, again, right, the mid control from Smart Omega, despite Zero Esports rotating their jungler over. Oh my goodness! Papao gonna be caught, doesn't have the flicker, it's out of cooldown just right now. But now the crossbow Tang is ready. Shinoa just waiting on that. Rosemary sprinting out to safety, but it's the 6th kill of the game for Smart Omega Empress, and it's on to the hands of Mirai, who's right now snowballing out of control.
Papao is not having a good time at all, man. It's a Irithel is a very mobile marksman, but against a Ling, Yuzong, as well as a Kadira, that's just way too much. And look at Rosemary trying to make sure that she pressures away the members of Omega Smart, but might be countered instead.
Yeah, the Breath of the Ocean finds its mark. Rosemary going to be slain here by Keishi on a Tempest of
irresistible dives coming in from Smart Omega, and they can come in from so many different directions. The omnidirectional team fight, as we mentioned. So right now, they have to try and salvage one of the lanes for sure. Either the top, the EXP lane, or the gold lane.
No, Yanami's not going to fall here. Full stacks on the passive now. Dodging away from the Appraiser's Wrath. Just outclassing Zero Esports Gaming like it's nothing. Again here, onto Mira under the turret, dishing the damage out, getting the passive as well, as that's the turtle. On the other side, targeted down by Smart Omega Empress. Ray gonna be caught in the real world inflation. Doesn't have the rough waves. Gonna be slain here by Ecstatic, who's still there, and that's a steal from Peen. Shinoa looking for 2 more weakness points. Doesn't have the Inspire just yet, but will be able to find the crossbow tank translated over to Ecstatic as Keishi picks that kill up.
And it's not over just yet. Both teams are going at it. Rosemary is a target being chased by Ayanami, but it seems like it's going to be countered instead. The Black Dragon form is being used as Papao has arrived, but just way too late. The action is over.
Man, again, not a fan of the sprint on the Irithel here, Arashimira. Oh, unfortunately, missing out on that I'm Offended. Not going to be able to find Ayanami. He has full stacks again. This Yuzong is just such a menace. And guess who else is a menace? Mirai zoning Rosemary away. Keishi is there too. They're looking for a sandwich play. A flicker gets popped in by Papao, but Keishi's right there in the back. Papao with no flicker. Mirai with a Petrify. No, he doesn't go for the Petrify. He doesn't need to. Rosemary gets a pick up, but it's only onto the roamer. And just like that, it's Smart Omega getting in, getting a few kills, and getting out.
It's a tough situation for Zero Esports Gaming to be in. They have to rely on Rosemary on the Hilda, but even then, at this point, Hilda can't set up for your team. She's very independent in pressuring and shutting down one member from your opposing team, but it's not enough.
Not even gonna pop the crossbow at Tangarashi. Okay, mobility, but it's to really shut down Shinoa in the gold lane. but you're not a counter if you bring sprint here. Papao. Still, again, trying to clear out the waves here, but Ayanami, proper weak side, has the rotation as well from Mirai and Keishi to lock their movements down. Jumps in with the Defiant Blade onto Papao. No flicker on Papao, but it's a win in nature baited out, and that's worth it for them. Real world inflation popped in as well, but Mirai gets out with the Odyssey. It's Oddity. And Shinoa's here, man. She's looking for some weakness points, but she will not be able to find every single one just yet. Oh my god, Rosemary still kiting away, still running away, but you can't dodge basic attacks.
Shinoa just slowly but surely runs down. Available for Omega Smart. And this is, I guess, what the answer to our questions, right? Who is going to play more defensively? It was supposed to be Smart Omega, but now they're the ones pedal to the metal.
Oh man, again, it's the real world inflation popped in. Mira with the I'm offended, unfortunately, again, not able to connect. You can see that the pressure's getting to them, man. Zero Esports Gaming had such a phenomenal performance against Burmese Ghouls, but here... Oh wow, good pickoff there by Ecstatic, still killing spree. And I guess that's the glimpse of brilliance. Light right now, if Zero Esports want to win, they need to play around Ecstatic.
The beacon of hope, as we say it. But of course, later on, there's going to be a Black Dragon form and a Kadita just hunting for her as well. So there's no real easy solution for them right now. But they just try to weather the storm. But look at Mira, solo killed by Shinoa in the bottom side, 1v1. And even on the other side, they're just winning all across the map. I had no issue just dealing with a lone Hilda without any backup. I think this is the macro gameplay we've been talking about and the wave control. But look at that.
Oh, Ayanami gonna be taunted up. Oh my god, he still doesn't find anything there. It's an outplay by Keishi, who finds the mega kill. And it's a double under the base turret for Keishi. Styling on Zero Esports Gaming.
And Ami are just gonna go ham in that backline. So there's no easy solution. There's a good mix of damage, a good mix of DPS and burst coming in from Smart Omega.
Oh
and
no, that's a crossbow tang. Ready, popped in, translated over. Ecstatic needs to flicker out. Mira is so low. And just like that, Arashi, it feels like Zero's Esports can't even come back from this, right? It's just
a Divine Glaive as well, so that's a lot of damage. And it's also DPS, and look at that, that's a pickup onto Papao, and that will be no marksman, no gold winner for this base defense. And Smart Omega, they're just waiting for the right time. They're not rushing anything, and look at this.
And it's going to be spawning. The Lord is going to be spawning in the 40th second of the game because of how they actually did it. They slayed the Lord in the 11th second. Shinoa now getting all the weakest points except for one. Mira trying to punish but will not be able to find it. Meanwhile, Peen falls in the back. Ayanami is still alive. Oh my goodness.
No way.
Smart Omega Empress. You think they overextended, you think they made a mistake, but it was all calculated.
And capitalize and punish these mistakes. And now with the Lord marching down the mid lane, Shinoa with a Feather of Heaven actually.
Whoa.
What is going on?
A bit of disrespect, I believe, there. Mira gonna be taken low. That's the glowing wand burning her down. The real world inflation popped into the back line, but it's giving the rough waves, taking Papao out. And just like that, Ecstatic will fall for the first time in the game.